Hey everybody, Logan here. Yeah, so it looks like today the GameSir G7 Pro is officially available for pre-order. This isn't what we were expecting. There was a lot of people that were really turned off in some of the comments that I saw on Instagram. This isn't what anybody wanted. Like, it looks great, but this isn't what people were expecting. I don't know what people were expecting, because if we've learned anything from 8-bit Do and their 3-mode controller, it follows suit. And I'm not 100% sure why anybody thought it would be any different. It seems like because there's only a handful, one that I can think of, that's actually doing official wireless controllers for the Xbox Series XS, and that's PowerA. And they still require a dongle for most of them, except for the Moga XP Ultra. But that's an older controller now. But all their new wireless ones seem to be dongle supported. Microsoft originally said they would allow third-party companies to license their wireless tech, but apparently they pulled back on that for some unknown reason. Maybe since Microsoft looks like they're no longer supporting their Xbox consoles the way most people thought they would. No more physical games, no more exclusives. I don't know. Maybe they just said, never mind. I don't know. But the GameSir G7 Pro still looks like a very promising controller, whether you're going to be using it on Xbox or PC. It looks like PC is going to be the way to use this controller, but remember, you can always use this on Xbox because that's what it was designed for, first and foremost. With all that out of the way, let's take a look at the listing. I am pre-ordering it myself because, well, my GameSir rep, I haven't heard from him, haven't heard back. So it looks like I'm going to have to buy it myself. Not sure what's going on with that, but hey, I will be buying it and I will be pre-ordering it myself because I have to bring this to you, of course. So let's take a look. I've got the website right here. So I'll pull this up for you. GameSir G7 Pro. And if we take a look, it comes in the white and the black, and well, I should technically say gray and black because this has the white faceplate, this one has the black with the red, but it's technically black and white controllers. I'm going to get this one because of course I have to. It's red and black. Why wouldn't I? But let's go over the website first, and I'll show you some of the things that I think are a big point of contention, other ones that I think are going to be really promising with this controller. GameSir G7 Pro, Pro by Nature Performance Reimagine. Wired for Xbox, wireless for PC and Android. Tri-mode connectivity. That seems like the phrase that people don't want to hear anymore because it's always like the to people who play on Xbox. Supports 2.4 gigahertz and wired for PC, wired for Xbox, Bluetooth for Android. So tri-mode, they can say wired, wireless, Bluetooth, 2.4, wired, and Bluetooth, or PC, Xbox, Android. Your choice on how you want to look at that. So the cool thing is it's got TMR sticks. It's got the GameSir Magras TMR sticks. So that's going to be much better than your standard Hall effect. Now, polling rate is 1000 hertz, 5 millisecond high durability. No, 5 meter, 5M high durability. Not sure what that means. I read that as 5 millisecond. That's going to be way too slow. 5 meter. Tell me what that means. 5M? 5M high durability. Not sure. 4096 level joystick resolution. Okay. Industrial grade ADC chip, 12-bit. All right. Hall effect analog triggers. That's what we would come to expect with trigger locks. Makes sense. 4 extra buttons. Yes, you've got claw buttons and the back bumpers. People are going to flip their proverbial lids because do you understand how many people I see complain about only 2 sets of back flappy paddles? Are like, no, it needs 4. I don't like claw buttons, but I don't care that they're 2 up there and they're rather easy to press as well. I want 4 on the back. Well, there's a reason they're only putting 2, because it seems like most gamers find it much more comfortable to hit those and then You know, I've seen it before where people will, well, I don't have one around me that has bumpers on the back, but I actually have the T7 sitting next to me. When you've got your fingers on the back, I've seen it and heard complaints so many times where people will hit the wrong buttons, especially if they're too small or too close together. It seems like no company has been able to get that right layout that just is perfect for everybody. So it seems like GameSir, what they're doing is going with the claw buttons as well as the one set of flappy paddles or back buttons, if you will. I go flappy paddles, of course. If you watch the channel, you know. And I think that's probably, in my opinion, that's the best bet for customizable extra buttons. You got your built-in gyroscope, but it doesn't matter because it's niche and it's for PC players who have a hard time using a keyboard and mouse. I'm like, just use a keyboard and mouse if you want a lot more, I guess, accuracy, higher accuracy, or people who you play on Steam Deck. But I'm like, if you're playing on Steam Deck, you might as well be playing on PC or Xbox. I'm not, I don't get the allure of the Steam Deck. My best friend has one. I have a ROG Ally. If I'm going to play on PC, I'm going to play on PC. 1,000 hertz polling rate, which is going to be great. The problem is we've seen it where you can put the 1,000 hertz polling rate on the G7 and the G7HE, the SE and the HE for Xbox, but there's no way to tell that we're actually getting it. People have been fighting left and right about, oh no, it actually gets 250 hertz. No, it gets 500 hertz. No, it gets 1,000. No, it gets 1 hertz. People are just arguing for arguing's sake. There's no way to actually test it on the Xbox because, well, you can plug it in and the app says you have it, but it doesn't necessarily register as 1,000 hertz. So it's a debatable thing. And there are people that said, they say, who's they? Who's they? Who's they? That it doesn't work. But you will get it to work on PC. You can test it, no problem. It will work. There's all kinds of ways to guarantee that you're getting at least 1,000 hertz. Now, one thing is with all these companies saying, hey, 2,000 hertz, I don't know why they just didn't go the next step, especially at the price that this thing is going for. And I'll look at that in a second. So, hey, it's cool. Like, it looks great. The whole wire thing. What do you have it connected to, dude? You've got your Xbox over here and it's wired to what? Okay. See, there we go. This is what I do like. So this is really cool. You've got everything is magnetic here. Experience esports grade precision with optical micro switch ABXY buttons and a mechanical D-pad. Customize your style with magnetic 3-part swappable faceplate and 2 D-pad options. That is my favorite. So you've got 3 faceplates, you got the 2 handles, and then you got the main face. And then here you've got everything that you could want with a swappable D-pad, which I think is the best because I'm not a big fan of that just weird looking disc. 1,200 mAh, that is great. 4 rumble motors, so you got them in the triggers and in the grips, rubberized textured grips, 3.5mm audio, included accessories, smart auto start-stop charging station ×1, extra D-pads, that's nice. So you got the one with the audio gain, and then you've got a more realistic or usable disc D-pad, in my opinion, because it has to have that plus. But that's just me. Not everybody feels that way. 2.4 gigahertz wireless dongle, 3-meter Type-C cable, which is just about, what, 6 feet? Cable retainer. 3 feet. I have no clue how long it would be. 3, 6, 9? 9 feet? I don't know. 1 cable retainer, so that keeps it on. That's no problem. What else do we have here? Black and the white. So I'm definitely going to be getting that the black one. GameSir Nexus, so you'll be able to connect it to the GameSir Nexus app, whether you're on Xbox or PC, and do all your customizations with dead zones and whatnot through there as well. And if you're doing it on your PC, you can even set up gyro settings and all that other great stuff. So here's what's been upgraded, and I thought this was one of the big reasons I wanted to make this video, is because people are going to ask, what's the big difference? Why should I be buying the Pro over the SE? The SE is their most popular controller. The HE is great, but the SE is really their that's their warhorse. That is the one that's their general, if you will. So we'll look here. Wired for Xbox, wireless for PC, Bluetooth for Android. Wired for Xbox and PC. Support motion control, PC only. GameSir MagRes TMR sticks, GameSir Hall Effect sticks. Hall Effect analog triggers with micro switch trigger stops. Hall Effect analog triggers. Grip vibration and trigger vibration. Grip vibration, trigger vibration. Optical micro switch ABXY, membrane ABXY, micro switch D-pad, membrane D-pad, rubberized laser engraved grips, laser engraved grips, 2 mini bumper and 2 lockable back buttons. So 2 lockable back buttons, so that you've got flappy paddles on both, one set, and then the claw buttons. Supports GameSir Nexus, supports GameSir Nexus. Built-in 1200 mAh rechargeable battery. It does not because it's wired. Charging via USB port, charging station. Charging via USB port. There's no charging because it runs off the power of the console or PC. 3-part magnetic detachable faceplate. Magnetic detachable faceplate. 3.5 millimeter audio jack. Supports 2.4 gigahertz from wireless. 3.5 millimeter audio jack. Now, one thing is with the G7 SE, once you go to 500 or 1000 hertz, it disables that headphone jack. So keep that in mind. As far as I've looked, when I connected it back, it didn't change anything. So, yeah. Now, this is the part where you've all been waiting for, because we know the price of the G7 SE, which is the wired, $44.99. But if you click on here and go to buy, you're looking at an $80 controller. That's $10 more than the 8-bit Do Ultimate 2. Yeah. 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 Do you want to pay that extra for detachable and retachable faceplates? Maybe an upgradable D-pad? They both have TMR sticks. They're both 1000 hertz. You can use them both on Xbox. You can use them both on mobile. You can use them both on PC. What are you going to do? The only thing I can say is once this controller comes out, because it will be shipped on July 8th. So we've got just about 3 weeks until this bad boy hits. And like I said, I'm getting the red one myself. The only thing I can really do is compare it. So yeah, we're going to compare them both to the 3 mode as well as the G7 SE or HE. I'm also going to pick up the T7 Pro. So I'm also going to do that. And that might be the big go-to for most people because it's a $50 controller instead of an $80 controller. And if you're going to specifically be using it on Xbox, there's really no point. And I think now things make a lot more sense why the T7 Pro exists, because it's the cheaper version of this controller. Yeah. Yep. That's pretty much what it is. That's it. The only thing you can do is really say, hey, do I want the 8-bit Do? Do I want the GameSir? Or do I want the GameSir T7 Pro? Or do I want the G7 Pro? So like I said, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn that bell on for notifications so you know when I do the review on this, which will be, hopefully I will get mine right around that. I will, like I said, am pre-ordering it. It's not available for pre-order on Amazon, and the T7 Pro, we're looking at the same thing. So I'm definitely looking at seeing which one of those is going to be the better bang for your buck. Or if you just want to go to a completely different manufacturer, such as 8-bit Do. Oh, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'm actually really looking forward to this because this is a very popular controller. So let's wait and see. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. God bless each and every one of you. And like we always say, be legendary.